Hi, YouTube. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. Some of you know that my fight against the Dark Cabal and their agendas, 2020 and 2030, I've known about since I was real clear, 17, 15, pretty clear, but I was able to put most of it together very soundly by the time I was 17 and I was out in the world. I had gotten emancipated, uh, divorced. I call it the day I divorced the Masons. I was able to get a job working for our state in a school and an apartment. So I was able to get out of an abusive situation. But anyway, I'm not the only one that these creatures abuse as a group. Some people that are a part of that group aren't aware of the depth of the like child predation and different things that are going on within certain societies. Like the Talmudic Noahide laws that have been written into law in our government by our presidents every 11 years. They refresh that contract with Israel. These types of things that I fight about and fight against. So, but talking about fighting, ooh, I don't start fights, but you know the rest of that sentence. I'll finish it, and I will, because there's been several groups and channels that I'll just say they summoned the wrong spirit, thinking they were going to get me in there on the pretense of admiration or love or companionship or friendship, and trying to strip me down naked in front of everybody just to smear campaign and humiliate me using groups of people to turn against me to try and stop what I've been doing for decades. You're not going to stop me, and you summoned the wrong person to play with, you know? Whoever, the person, they know who they are. They know what they did. I'll never be done. Um, these, what I call shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda done the right thing, coulda done the right thing, would've, right. Unless your regret's so strong now because you got caught, because I won't back down, because I'm like a jackal. Ah, you poor thing. I'm going to have pity on men that stood on my back to make a name for themselves or anybody else. Bear your weight, get ignored and shunned. Nah, doesn't work like that. So you'd rather fight a woman, even physically get up in my face and threaten my life, than to have dignity and honor and honesty. That's why I'm not backing down. I wrote on a post over on Facebook, some of us aren't George Foreman. I never stopped working out. I saw Foreman in Walmart about 20 years ago, and he was fairly out of shape. And then I started thinking this morning, my idol, although I didn't just use judo or karate in my life, I learned taekwondo and some jiu-jitsu, and well, judo was my first, and then I started learning uh, kung fu, and then judo, or no, judo, kung fu, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, hapkido, and quite a few other. Mastered some moves out of each one. I kind of adapted different things that I loved. out of different arts, and then being a dancer, I developed many of my own. So, no, some of us have never stopped training. Even when I had like a broken arm and a broken shoulder, I still was working out my legs and different areas. I had broken toes. I was doing my sit-ups, it's like, yeah. And I hurt my arm about a month ago, and I couldn't do my push-ups, but I've been back to doing my push-ups and working on my legs almost every day. Some days I take like a break, but and then my um well, I- I'm not going to even talk about my abilities until I attack these motherfuckers personally for getting up in my face and thinking that they'll never be confronted. You never know where I'm going to go or how I'm going to get there. Neither do I, but I can and I will. I'm making a point for this because here's one thing, okay, what they did to me, but then these people that think their intelligence is on the highest level that could ever be, talking down to other people and actually harming people with their words like a narcissistic freak. You should have ceased and desisted while you had the goddamn chance. Now your chance is gone. And I'm still working out for the day that I'm going to take care of business. And you will never, ever use another woman and think nothing of it. So, and you can think whatever the fuck you want. So, anyway, and that really is my point today. I'm not backing down. The only time a creature like that, they are never remorseful or actually sorry, because they would make that very apparent if that were the case. They regret. Who fucking cares what you regret? You haven't regretted shit yet. So, and there you go. That's what you get when you mess with the wrong person. So, I have another post I wrote. Out west, that's where the cow eats the calf. And that actually is an actual thing because they will eat the afterbirth. But if they have worms and their brains are a little bit demented, they don't know when to stop. And they will actually devour their newborn if you have cattle that aren't properly taken care of. So it's a real thing. Yeah. So I guess you infected some germs in me you should have kept to yourself. That's what I'm telling you. So, yeah. They had fun terrorizing me in groups. They thought it was really funny. I just sat there and watched, and I'm pleasant, and I just want to see how far they're actually going to take it, you know? Yeah. But when they didn't just stop with me and it continued with other people, it's like, okay, it's not just me. These people are taking advantage of and talking down to. Ooh, if there's anything I hate is somebody that thinks they're an actual instructor or a teacher talking down to people. Ooh, dude, whoa, uh-uh, that's not going to fly. I'm going to teach you lessons you have never learned and need to learn. And I'm devising all kinds of things, not just to ruin your life, but to put you in a position that you put me in and you won't recover. I'm used to it. I grew up like that. You're not used to what I'm used to. You might have fought in a dojo, or you might have fought in a ring or had a couple street fights, but you have not battled for your life all your life like I have. And there's a big difference in those type of warriors. That's why Bruce Lee was one of my idols way back when. He's the one that taught me how to run up a wall and flip 3 steps up. My youngest son ran sideways on our woodshed. That I didn't try. you know, um, just somebody that might be watching, my redhead, John. He knows both my sons, a blonde, blue-eyed, and a brown-eyed redhead. So Luke and John. But anyway, so yeah, John ran sideways across the shed, 3 steps too, which was pretty agile. I know he can't do that. He's had too many drugs in his system to, I don't know, maybe if he thought about it, you know. It's like I'm known for my leaps and that type of stuff. I'm still not afraid to do it. And I will walk on my hands. I wish I had somebody that would spar, or not spar, spot me when I do that, because of my broken arm. But if it were a battle situation, I mean, it's not hurt, it's not broke, you're not going to injure me. I injured myself catching Doug out of a tree, and he was like 300 and some pounds smash, just the weight of it, so he wouldn't fall with the chainsaw. So anyway, one time I'll tell you a little story. This is how we're strong around here. It's not we're not your average elderly people. But even when we were younger, he had pissed me off one time. I can't remember what he said, and my kids weren't in the house. And I took the refrigerator and threw it at him, and he threw it back. We were playing catch with the refrigerator. That's just kind of an example of pure strength from hard work. And I used to own a drywall company, and I'm a licensed contractor, so I'm used to nailing shit. What I did yesterday, that example, that's just a little bit. I can break bones from an inch away. That's my training. And worse. I got worse things, but that's just a little bit. And I'm very quick. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. I worked hard to get that way. you know, just I'm talented like that. And I'm not going to stop. I always knew I'd be like 80 and still really agile and limber because I had started my training, my weight training at 9. And then I went into like dance and gymnastics and yoga and different things through my life. So I've never stopped with my physical training ever. Like rolling around 1,300 pound bales that other people couldn't even budge, that type of thing. So, no, we're a little different around here out in the country. We're not these city slickers. No offense if somebody lives in the cities and you're super strong. I hear you. I get it. you know, yeah. I've lived in the city. I don't care for it, but I mean, in a sense, when I was very young, I worked at a couple car washes. One, they wanted us to wear what I felt was inappropriate dress, hot pants and granny boots and different things to lure people in. And I didn't stay there long. And then just kind of as a fill-in, helping some friends, they had a car wash in downtown Minneapolis called Car Wash. Working at the car wash. Yeah. Well, anyway, so I don't know what my point was with that, but anyway, just did a lot of things. Maybe I'll get back to what my point was, but yeah, just I don't know. Just saying hello actually today. I had a friend over on Facebook that is homeless right now. So I'm sort of saying hi to, and then another one that's, or not just one, but is totally heartbroken, going through a bunch of narcissistic things like some of us know all too well, you know. So, well, if I think about what I was going to say after the car wash thing, maybe I'll put it on here tomorrow. But I hear some noise going to be coming up, so I'm going to get this uploaded and I'll tell you peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day wherever you're at, you bastards. You fucked with the wrong person.